Alright, what should we complain about today? Oh, I know. What about Pyramidhead's add-ons? Seriously, these... If you've ever played Dead by Daylight and you played Pyramid Head, you would know that these suck. There's only two that are like worth running ever, and that's the two range add-ons, the Wax Doll and the Burning Man picture. The rest are either just useless or situational at best. That's the best way for me to describe them. Like, what are these iridescents? Hold on, I'll get back to it. The grays, borderline useless, all of them. Like, really? I get one more second of Right's Judgment? Really? It's unfortunate too, because Pyramid Head's my favorite killer in this game. He's starting to fall off a little bit because he has no good mobility, but he is very fun. Be able to hit through walls. But those add-ons, they just don't do nothing. Like, I have some ideas for some add-ons that'll be a little bit more interesting. Of course, you know, don't mind my very mid Pyramid Head gameplay in the background of this video. Alright. The pyramid at the resort. Time to chase these fools down. And while I chase them down, let's go over those add-ons, shall we? Those two iridescent add-ons, oh my gosh. They are probably some of the most disappointing iridescents I've ever seen. Isn't the point of the rarity to make them like good because they're uncommon? Oh my gosh, I can see the auras of all survivors for a few seconds if they're tormented. The problem is getting them tormented in the first place. You have to drag around your spaghetti stuff, and then you have to hope they walk. Oh my gosh, you have to hope they walk into it. And the other one, you gain undetectable by stepping in your own trail? What kind of bullcrap is that? Like, you're one of the tallest killers in the game, no shot. No shot! Oh, no, dang, that was just too far. No shot are you going to make any use of that. But, you know, maybe you do. But, like, I have an idea of what would be better iridescent add-ons. One, so the trail you leave behind is like barbed wire and stuff, right? Which is reminiscent of Silent Hill games because, you know, in the other world, it becomes like rusty and stuff. So it's cool. Like, look at it. It looks cool. So what if one iridescent add-on changed it instead of making it to where they got tormented, it gave them the hinder status effect. And then the hinder lasted for like, I don't know, maybe 3 seconds or so after they leave the trail. Dang, I barely didn't get that. That would be a lot more interesting, a lot more useful. Because now instead of making a trail and then you have to lure the survivor back for you to get any value of it, by you going through it, you can lay it in a tile, sort of like a trap. Maybe pair it with an add-on that makes the trail last longer on the ground. And if they go in that tile, it's a lot more risky because now they're just slow, right? An idea for the other iridescent add-on. Now I've heard this idea a couple times where it's like when you shoot the punishment attack, it like splits into two like a Y shape. That is an interesting concept. I will 100% admit. But there's a simpler and better idea in my opinion. And it's as simple as the other iridescent add-on should just give the tormented status effect when you hit the punishment attack, I feel like that's such an obvious idea that they should have done that. Maybe they thought it would be too overpowered or something, because then everyone began tormented left to right. But I think that would be genuinely worthy of the iridescent title. Now, another idea I had for one, maybe a purple add-on. Hey, she could have easily dodged over. Would be make it to where the trails give the tormented status effect, regardless of whether they're crouched through or ran through. That would make it. I feel like. Ooh, who went to my tail? Computer. Thank you for that. To me, I think that would fit the Silent Hill theme and Pyramidhead especially, because when you go into the other world in the games, you're trapped in there until you solve a bunch of puzzles. I like the idea of Pyramidhead being able to lock down an area by putting the trail around, and survivors can't get in or leave without facing the torment, because it just feels like it fits with the character, especially considering that, he's hunting James the entire time. There's no really escape Pyramidhead until you face what you did. It's also just an interesting concept. It would really, really help a killer like him who has no ability. I do like the idea of keeping the add-ons that increase the time the trails are on the ground, and the ones that increase how long you can. Dang, what's the word? How long you can drag the sword, because that would pair well with the other ones. But I just think his add-ons just need to change to make them more useful, instead of only range add-ons. I like the ones. I like the ones where really. Oh, smart. Dang it. Break this. Anyway, I like add-ons that change the game style of a killer, like Michael Myers and the Scratch Mirror and Tombstone. I was happy she tried to dump back. To me, that's just a lot more interesting. You're not gonna jump the window anymore. That's just simply a lot more interesting of a killer power dynamic. Basically, adds more variety. As they say, variety is the spice of life. Take that. Variety is the spice of life, and Pyramidheads not only needs to have more variety, it needs to be buffed. Also help them keep up with the meta, like a bunch of regression perks and mobile killers. They just outdo them in every single way. Oh, not every single way. Let's be honest, Pyramidhead's got some strengths. He's probably one of the best tunneling killers in the game. Maybe not the best. I don't really know. But definitely a great tunneling killer. Though I don't try to tunnel as much as I can. Just because, I mean, I'm in it more for the fun than I am for the winning half the time. But I don't mind winning. But yeah, tell me what y'all think. What would, of course, quitters! I meant to say that earlier when she quit. But, tell me what y'all think about his add-ons, if they should be changed, what y'all would change them to. I think the three that I provided are pretty good. With what they got now, it's just not that good. And it's just... And I love the killer. He's just fun to play. I just like the add-ons to be different, to give more variety to the gameplay, or to make them stronger. And especially the iridescence, there's no reason to shoot that. Ugh. I will commend the one with the undetectable thing going on, because it is creative. It is very much creative. And I like the idea of what they were trying to do. But it just doesn't work whenever you have it on a character who already has a perk that makes it when you kick a generator, you gain the undetectable status effect anyway. It's kind of silly if I'm being honest, but it is very creative. I think the hinder status effect would feed in a lot better to Pyramidhead as a character, due to him being that character James cannot escape. He's always following him. And it's just like, it's barbed wire on the ground. It makes sense. If you're running the barbed wire, it's going to be difficult to move. Anyway, that was just something that was on my mind for a while. I needed a vent for a good 10 or 15 minutes, just talking about some little unimportant thing in the game. And trust me, I've got plenty more nitpicks in the tank. Not just on this game, neither. I'll see y'all next time.